If I had a nickel for every single time Anya Taylor-Joy plays chess in a movie or TV show, I would have two nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's crazy to say it happened. Welcome back, The Queen's Gambit. Hi, I'm Jack, and welcome back, because today I'm going to give you guys my review for a new movie from Scott Derrickson, the director of The Black Phone and Doctor Strange, working alongside Apple TV Plus as the distributor for a new movie that he has released that I had the chance to watch recently, The Gorge, starring both Miles Teller and Anya Taylor-Joy as the leads, alongside Sigourney Weaver in a smaller role. But if you have seen The Gorge, let me know down below in the comments what are your thoughts on the movie. I would love to know that. And with that said, let's get started. The movie follows two highly trained operatives, Levi and Drasa, as they are assigned to two guard towers on opposite ends of a very big gorge, without much information on what is lying beneath. And as they secure this gorge, they start to bond with one another, and they must work together in order to keep whatever is in the gorge from coming outside. Scott Derrickson is a filmmaker I'm always looking forward to seeing. I love the first Doctor Strange, and I also love The Black Phone a few years back. And when I heard he was making The Gorge, I was curious to see what kind of stories he's going to come up with this one, alongside the fact that he has a sequel to The Black Phone that is supposedly slated for this year, that I'm curious to see how that's going to play out.
You had my curiosity, but now you have my attention.
But nevertheless, I was really looking forward to it. I like the premise. I am a fan of both Anya Taylor-Joy and Miles Teller. So having both of them in a movie together was something I was really looking forward to seeing. And I thought, from seeing the trailers and just the overall concept of the story, I was very excited to see this. So having seen The Gorge, I thought it was very good. It functions as a genre mixer of a bunch of different genres, from sci-fi, horror, romance, but above all, it is well made, and it is led marvelously by the two lead performers. I did not expect The Gorge to be a romance movie above all else regarding all the genres it taps into, but the central romance between Levi and Drasa is my favorite part of this movie, and it is brought to life even bigger because of the performances from Miles and Anya. Both are actors I am a big fan of, and seeing them work off one another I think is a really enjoyable thing to see. They are fun to watch. It led me to really care and connect for these characters, for them being these really highly skilled operatives who are assigned to spend a year on opposite ends of this gorge, with one purpose being to stop anything from the gorge from coming outside. And obviously there's mystery and conspiracy surrounding everything as this movie goes on that I was really invested in. But these two lead actors really brought their A game here, where they really helped make the movie even more than the initial concept of what this was. And I think that was brought to life really well, and I really cared for them, and the central romance above all else, where I was halfway through the movie and I was not expecting it to go in this angle as it does as regarding to the romance plotline. And that was by far my favorite part of The Gorge. And then adding to that, it has the blends of horror and sci-fi in there, and I think they are also brought to life very well. It's really well visualized with some really cool stylistic choices and camera works that feel very thought out, meticulously crafted. And there are things in here that remind me of projects like The Last of Us, or even Resident Evil, and not going too far into it, but there are some influences I can see from both of those projects that I have named, and it's done really well here. And I think that it leads to a movie with some really haunting atmosphere when the gorge is really involved and when a lot of the actual creature feature stuff plays out. But it is a movie that does a really good job with the romance between the lead characters, and so as being scary and haunting, with some cool elements of sci-fi in there, where it's not as hard on the sci-fi genre, but there are brief bits in here that I thought were pretty cool nevertheless. I think the movie starts off very strong with introducing these two characters and what led to them being assigned to go to these opposite posts within this gorge to monitor it, and how these characters meet one another, their conversations with one another, how the romance blossoms between the two of them. And even with the song choices here being standouts, there's some songs that I think fit the scenes well, and there are others that maybe not quite on that same level, but I thought were still very cool to begin with. And with how it progresses this movie with all these different aspects of romance, sci-fi, horror, it does deliver on being a movie with some scary scenes and jump scares in here, while also being a movie that focuses on the horror more so in that feeling of dread of the unknown. When we see what's in the Gorge, it's really frightening stuff down there, and they do a lot of cool things with the camera movements and the color grading to really emphasize the intensity of the situation that Levi and Drasa are put into. And even though the second half of the movie I don't think is quite on the same level as the first half of this movie, I do think that some of the reveals were cool with how it just ties the knot together with this movie, and where it ends I do find satisfying, even if some of the reveals for everything wasn't quite as exciting as the rest of the movie before it. So it's not quite my favorite movie from Scott Derrickson, but it is a movie that is still well crafted, visually looks cool with the different aspects it goes into, having great performances from the two lead actors, and so as being a movie that left me engaged and enjoyed from beginning to end. Apple TV Plus, I'd say so far, I'm glad they picked up this movie for distribution and to put it out there, for letting Scott Derrickson do what he wants to do with this movie. And to go on a tangent real quick, if you have Apple TV Plus, please watch Severance. It is an excellent TV show, one of the best currently on air, maybe the very best as we speak. Season 2 has just started, and I have started the season recently, and it is an incredible show living up to the hype. So, gotta go off on a little bit of a tangent just to hype up Severance, but please do so. Do it. As for The Gorge, I really enjoyed it. Even though it's not my favorite Scott Derrickson movie, it is a movie that is well directed by him, performed very well by two actors I'm a big fan of, with a character romance that I'm also someone that I was able to invest in, and having scary sequences, some visually cool moments, and so as having this conspiracy that left me very intrigued with the concept that this movie is exploring. And even though the first half of the movie I did find to be stronger than the second half of the movie, I do like the way that it wraps everything up for the story. So in the end, I'm going to give The Gorge a B+. And the song choices of this movie, I gotta say, they fit the movie very well. It got a kick out of me, so I really enjoyed that too.
Nice. Made me happy, made me smile. Nice.
So yeah, that's my review for The Gorge. What are your thoughts on the movie? Let me know down below in the comment section. I'd love to know your thoughts on it if you've seen it. Stay tuned for some upcoming videos I have planned, and don't forget to follow me on social media. My username is down below at the bottom of the screen and in the description below, so please go do that while you're at it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to hit that like button and the subscribe button, and stay tuned for more.
My name is Jeff.